Hey everybody, it's Ken Van Every, listing agent and local market economist with the Integrity Home Agency and Keller Williams Realty. And today I'm going to be sharing this educational video to help both home sellers and home buyers understand our current market conditions and some of the ramifications if you're buying or selling. So I hope you enjoy this video and feel free to reach out to me with any questions about your specific situation. So I've titled this Market Insight, Why the 2018 Market Could Be Like 2005. And it's intentionally a little bit provocative, but get you thinking about where we are and what that could look like if we had a similar market. First, a very quick disclaimer. Of course, all markets are local. Location, price range, condition, the type of home. Of course, there's seasonality in every market. So don't take this as specific advice. Please call me about your situation. This is an educational video. Okay, just to add a few more qualifiers. Of course, nobody could predict the future. If they could, they would be richer than Warren Buffett. But as we always say, past performance is not necessarily a good predictor of the future. There are certainly factors which could be very different in our situation now with political environment, tax policy, etc. Technology is a big player now. Of course, the economy, jobs, and whatever can play a factor, and home affordability, which we're not even going to touch on. But remember, all these things can affect the market. We're looking at the 5 key market indicators. Inventory, which is expressed as a number of months it would take us to sell off all the homes listed now, assuming we didn't add any more in. How long it takes to sell a home, so the days on the market expressed as a median. The ratio of what the home sells for versus the price that it listed at. Of course, the active number of listings, and then the median sales price, which helps us to trend and follow possible appreciation in the market. Okay, so all markets are local. Just so you know, the data set we used here, we looked the last 15 years in Newcastle County. We did not look at the south of the canal or the inner city of Wilmington. Those are different markets for sure. We looked over the price range of 200,000 to 400,000, a fairly homogeneous market, single family without condition issues and no distressed indicators. So looking at the months of inventory, you can see that in 2007 we had a very low set of numbers. And if we look back in time, and you'll see this as a repeating pattern, that the numbers that we had in 2017 look very much like the numbers that we were experiencing in 2006, or maybe a blend of 2005. The question is where we might be going in the coming year, and we do not expect to have any short-term relief in inventory in the coming years, so it's more likely more of the same, or even moving into more intense low inventory such as we saw in 2005. Looking now at the number of days to sell, again you see a similar situation, that very low days on the market that we saw in 2017. We're in very similar range to what we saw in 2006 and maybe some of 2005. Again, very similar ranges we haven't seen in a very long time. While we're on days on the market, I want to point out that in a year like 2005, that the amount of time that it took to sell homes was fairly consistent throughout the year. So the year was not very sensitive to when a home was listed, because good homes sold quickly all year long. I think that's very significant, and we may be looking forward to that in 2017. Okay, looking at the number of listings, again, what we have seen in 2017 reflects probably more what we were seeing either uh, early in 2006 or late in 2005. So we may be moving towards that. I'm not going to spend much time on median price. That's a much more complicated number to interpret. We have seen some, just you can tell from the predominance of the greens and yellows over here, that we have seen some appreciation in the market since these earlier days, and certainly since the lower portion of the market. But this is a little more difficult to, more complex to interpret. And finally, looking at the sale price to the original list price ratio, again in 2017 we were seeing 98.7. We were seeing numbers very similar to that in 2006. Well, again, this also tracks our inventory, the supply and demand, and again, more likely if we don't stay in this terrain, we will move towards 2005 conditions and not 2007 conditions. So in summary, we are not likely to see a relief in the short term for our inventory situation. So demand is going to exceed supply, and that's going to keep our days in the market low and those sale to list price ratios high. We may not see an increase in active listings because of people's inability to find something after they sell. And I think we can expect modest appreciation in the median sale price just due to market forces. For sellers, I think the key takeaway is it's still a very good time to sell your home. The days in the market are going to stay low. We should see continuing strong sale to list price ratios. And in fact, I expect those will be flat for the year. So if you need to sell, list your home early, get out there ahead of your competition, and capture more of that buyer activity. Buyers are likely to face competition for good homes. You need to plan to make strong offers and start with a real clarity on your needs and your wants. Do your work up front so you're looking at homes and neighborhoods of high interest so that when you find what you want, you can act on it quickly. We've worked with buyers this year to adopt a lot of winning strategies to help them get what they want. So please talk to me about how we do that. Well, I hope you've learned something you can use today. Again, all my contact information is here. Please call me about your specific situation. I will help you put together a winning strategy to buy a home or sell a home, whatever the market conditions. Thank you very much.